There is a peculiar kind of a suffering that comes with a job that you do not want anymore. As such, if you look at it, there's nothing wrong enough for you to leave the job. The salary is coming on time, the bills are getting paid, the credit cards, the EMIs, the family is feeling secure, most importantly, and people around you think that you're doing well, they're doing just fine. And yet, something inside you, deeper inside you, you know that you're living a life that no longer feels like yours. Perhaps what is keeping you there is not the job at all. It is the certainty that comes with the job. At the moment, you know what you earn. You know what tomorrow looks like. You know who you are in this world because that designation tells you. And the unknown that does not have a salary slip, that does not have a visiting card, that does not have the introduction for you to give. And so you stay. And slowly the thing that was supposed to give you some sort of security begins taking something away from you. Your curiosity, your energy, and above everything, your time. In fact, your belief that you could actually become something else. There is nothing wrong with wanting or aspiring for financial security. The question is, when did this security stop being the foundation of what you do and became the reason for you to not grow? Now it has become the reason you're not opting for a change and doing something or pursuing something that you love doing. That job security, that financial security is coming in the way of your freedom. Ask yourself this question. If money was already taken care of, would I still choose this work? Don't try to answer this question with responsibility. Answer this with deep honesty. And ask something harder. If nothing changed here for the next 5 years, would I still feel peaceful and contented? Or would I feel like I've abandoned a part of me that was important to me? Wait for that answer and don't try to logically, shoo it away. Because sometimes the fear is not, what if I fail? The fear is, what if I leave everything that I know of at the moment and discover I don't even know who I am without it? That is a very different kind of a fear. It's not a fear of losing a job. It is a fear of losing an identity. Your designation can become so closely woven into you that leaving the role feels like leaving yourself. But you were never the designation. You were the one who was occupying that space. How long have you been there for? 6 months? 3 years? If you could become that person once, what makes you think that you cannot become it again? Perhaps you don't need to quit tomorrow. I'm not saying that. But maybe you need to stop abandoning yourself for that tomorrow. There is a difference. You can remain wherever you are and begin moving towards whatever you want to and wherever you think you belong and your aspirations are. You can always learn something new. You can always experiment with the market. You can understand products. You can save financially. You can, be a little sensible. You can build yourself quietly. You can talk to people and build your network. You can test the possibility before you gamble your life over it. You can test the waters. And allow your curiosity to become that evidence. That evidence becomes your confidence, and that confidence reduces the unknown into and bringing it into the known. And while you do that, listen for something very simple. What do people naturally come to you for? That's your ikigai. What do you do with so much ease that other people find it so difficult? And what do you keep learning about? What you are so curious about, interested about, even when nobody is paying you to learn it? What problem can you spend hours understanding and solving without even noticing you've spent so much time? What keeps returning to you even after you have repeatedly told yourself to be practical? Maybe your gift is not something yet that you need to discover. A lot of people ask me this. Sometimes it is just something that you have to stop ignoring. We often ask ourselves, there are so many people who come to me and say that, I don't know what my passion is. And I change that question to something else, more revealing question. What makes you feel more like yourself? Because passion can excite you for a while, but alignment is something that makes you feel whole. And growth is not always climbing the ladder, the corporate ladder that you think, you're already on. Sometimes sensible growth is looking at whether this ladder is leaning on a wall that will finally take me to where I want to reach, or is it the wrong wall altogether? Also, you need to be careful here because not every difficult job is a wrong job. Sometimes you feel exhausted. Sometimes you need rest. Sometimes the problem is the manager or the team or the culture of the organizations. Sometimes you have outgrown the role that you're playing at the moment. Sometimes you have outgrown the version of yourself that chose this position. And these are not the same things. In that difference, you will feel that you will get a lot of information. Don't try to make this fear as the main villain. Fear is only trying to protect something valuable here. And you can ask this fear, what are you trying to protect? What is the intent behind you coming up? Maybe it is trying to protect your family, your home, your reputation, your stability. Maybe it is trying to secure your future. And once you ask this question to the fear, listen to what the response comes. And then ask, is this the only way to protect it exactly in the same way, or are there other options? Because stability does not mean that nothing changes. Sometimes stability means knowing that you can change without falling apart. It is okay. And there's another question worth asking yourself. If nobody knows about your salary, if nobody gets to know about your designation or the kind of work that you're doing, if nobody would ever get impressed by your career, what kind of a work would you still want to wake up and do every single day without getting tired? I'm not saying what would make you look successful, no. But what would make you feel alive? Here is the main difference. We continue to ask, what is my gift? Maybe your gift lives somewhere in that difference. You don't have to hate your job to leave it. You don't even have to leave it to begin changing your life or your career. The first resignation that you should give is to that belief that says that this is all you can become, that limits you. Maybe the life you want does not require a dramatic leap. Maybe it begins with some honest admission to yourself that this is no longer enough for me. That is the first thing that you do. And then one small movement that you do towards wherever you want to reach. Maybe another step, another movement. Every day you take one step towards that aspiration of yours, until one day when you look back and you realize that you never abandoned the security that came with it, with the job. You used it to build your freedom. And I think the deepest form of security is not knowing what will tomorrow bring. It is to know that whatever tomorrow comes, whatever tomorrow brings to me, I'll be able to handle it. I'll be able to meet it in the right frame of mind. And that is the kind of certainty I think it's worth having. That is the certainty that gives you the confidence to be able to take that step. That's important. I hope you do like this video, and we continue to post videos like such on some interesting topics. So if this resonates with you and you are wise enough to understand this, it's a good idea to subscribe to this channel, Mind Healing with Bhavish. I shall see you very soon with yet another interesting topic, another video. Until then, I want you to stay blessed, stay healthy, and catch hold of this wisdom if you can. I shall see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.